Okay, let's get it in. Let's get it in. We're going live. We finna start subscribing.
Told me like God on this beat, take it straight to the top.
Get in where you fit in. Get in where you fit in. It's going down. Now subscribe. Thank y'all for joining us. I believe I've been angel. You love me every night. You love me every night. I need to see what you say. And I don't get it again. What happened? What the hell happened to my music? I ain't appreciate that at all. Who cut my music off? Mm-mm. Oh, that's what had happened was every time I keep tapping into YouTube, try to go to YouTube.
Good evening, my fellow sword.
And since he
as we move about on the land, this is what I've been wanting to do for quite some time now, and I've been thinking about it. So I'm gonna get down on this, y'all.
get down on
I'm gonna break it down.
Break it on down, then, Chris.
You've heard me say before in the past how powerful these documents are. So I'm going to give a little introduction to the document and a couple examples of how it is powerful.
Okay.
In our case, with the trial, the alleged trial, the judge wouldn't allow, or so-called judge, wouldn't allow the conditional acceptance to be entered into the record. The reason being is they claimed that what we did was file fraudulent liens in Davidson County with the intent to encumber people against their real and personal property. And by the language, we didn't do any of that, what they said. Even when the usurpers on the defense side told the judge, look, these aren't, the UCC1 is not a lien. It's not a lien.
Okay. Now, he talking about the UCC1 secured party process. And so if you're not familiar with that, this may not be the channel you may want to subscribe to. We subscribing to people channels that are interested in this type of content. So what we're going to do, we're going to go on down here to Chris' comment section. We're going to start doing some subscribing. Oh, yeah, we're finna get jiggy with it. Okay, first up in the comment section, we got Chris talking to the people and everything, doing his job as a administrator of his private sector. We're going to go in and see here, who's this? Shelly B. Free. She got 2 comments. We're going to definitely subscribe to Shelly B. All right, thank you, Shelly B. We got 132 people we could potentially subscribe to here. Let's see. Who is this? Free Joy. K-Pal. Free Joy. We subscribing, Free Joy. Thank you for your comments. That symbol is blocking how many comments you had, but we see you've been commenting. All right. And your comment said, can't we wait to have this clear in my brain and heart and soul? Then I'll empower the trustees to do take actions on my behalf as a beneficiary. We're not gonna just subscribe. We're gonna give that comment a thumbs up. That comment, okay, and Chris already replied to them. All right, let's see who this is. Kiss Me Fool. Oh yeah, we're gonna give you a kiss of a subscriber kiss. There you go. There you go, baby. We gave you a kiss, a subscriber and a thumbs up kiss. Excuse me. All right, who is this now? Hey Chris, I've been watching you since day one. That's nice. Love it when people are loyal, because they see that you're consistent with your side. Okay, we don't know. See how many comments Gary Loftus made, but we appreciate him. And he said, hey, Chris, I've been watching you since day one. I have more than a basic understanding of the process. You are using the documents you are using have a lot of power. The things that blows me away is these criminals are still living high off the hog like nothing ever happened, doing business as usual. Oh, yeah, he definitely deserves a little thumbs up for that. Okay, he's speaking intelligible. He's not calling them real derogatory names. He's being specific to their crimes when making statements concerning a person. That's intelligible. That's an intelligible comment. Okay, let's see who this is. I passed him up 44. Thank you for this information, he said. 444. Tyrone Slide. Tyrone Slide. Okay. He got he got some comments. Got quite a few comments. Let's look at Tyrone Clyde channel. All right, y'all check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Tyrone Clyde, good dude. All right, let's see. Who else we gonna go? Show some love. We showing some love in these streets, yeah. Now, how many channels you been on where they do this now? Because people are so busy uh, promoting their own channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, please subscribe. I won't feel like I have a friend in the world if you don't subscribe. When there are a lot of people that may patronize your content but don't subscribe to it because they scrolling through and they may not think to subscribe. So I understand why some people feel the need that they have to ask the viewers to subscribe because you weren't thinking of it. It's like you sitting here all this time listening to the broadcast and keeping in. You come one time and you come again, and so that's considered as patronizing the broadcast. So you might as well go on subscribe. You know you getting goodies here that often. You might as well go on subscribe, baby. Just go on, click that subscribe button. There you go. Subscribe. And guess what? When you subscribe, we gonna make sure that we keep an eye on you and see if you are contributing with some comments because we got a lot of subscribers, but they ain't doing no commenting. So we gonna stop just subscribing to people who subscribe to us. We used to uh, just focus on subscribing to the people who subscribe to us, but now we more focused on subscribing to the people who comment because some people be subscribing just so they can be nosy. That's why they subscribe to your channel incognito. Um, if I was to go to our channel dashboard right now, I could show you all exactly what I'm saying. And even though we only don't have that many subscribers, no thousands and thousands upon thousands of subscribers, uh, well, that is the reason it's so noticeable when people subscribe, but it ain't no oh well we was trying to subscribe to who is this heavy machine. We was trying to subscribe to you, baby, but seem like you got some kind of block or something on yours. I don't know. I'm gonna try it one more time. Cause I would. You gotta. There we go. And you got 4 comments. We definitely want to subscribe to you. You only have 11 subscribers. And so we want to patronize your channel. It's beautiful that you're contributing. Okay, he probably don't want nothing on his channel. That's fine. But he got some subscribers anyway because he going around showing love, apparently. All right. And who is this? Jean Capeline? Hey, baby, we're going to subscribe to you. This stupid button, touchscreen. I'm trying to touch the screen on her name. But the thing keep popping up like I want to leave a comment, but I'm trying to actually subscribe. I apologize, y'all, for all that flipping back and forth on the screen. But we got to subscribe. We got to subscribe share going. Hold on 1 second. We're going to go back for 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to come back to that. But right now, we need to get some music going. I don't know what happened to my music, but I do know this. YouTube app better not be cutting off my music. Don't do that, YouTube. Don't do it. Okay? Don't cut my music. We talking that candy while we subscribe. We subscribe. Okay, did we get this one? Y'all tell me. Oh, y'all can't tell me nothing. I can't even see the screen, huh? Okay. Boom. I got it that time. Okay, we subscribe to Gene Kaplan. All right.
Told me like God on this beat, take it straight to the top.
Subscriber base, so people, I don't know if these are his subscribers or just people making comments on his videos. Subscribe. Subscribe. Oh, y'all got to know. Y'all gotta know. I'm finna turn it out. Just sharing on the message board in case y'all need a link to get in. I don't know how this works. I apologize if I'm doing this incorrectly. But we have 2 new subscribers. Thank you. We got 2 new subscribers. All right. Okay, but y'all subscribing, you can't see. You see what I'm saying? 68 subscribers. Y'all seen that short little list? I can't see nobody. You can't go to people's channels. You can't patronize their content or nothing because they hidden and hiding. Ghost subscribers. I don't want no ghost subscribers. Might as well have a bot following you if you got a ghost subscriber. Who's doing that? Y'all need to stop that. That ain't cool. Y'all don't want to subscribe properly. The proper manner to subscribe.
In relative to application of judicial estoppel, non-disclosure in bankruptcy proceedings differs from an allegedly inadequate disclosure, particularly in Chapter 11 and Chapter 13. In relative to application of judicial estoppel, non-disclosure in bankruptcy proceedings differs from an allegedly inadequate disclosure,
Allegedly.
particularly in Chapter 11 and Chapter 13. In relative to application of judicial estoppel, non-disclosure in bankruptcy proceedings differs from an allegedly inadequate disclosure, particularly in Chapter 11 and Chapter 13. In relative to application.
You got a good heart. You got.
This is going to be the last day to get it for
A few.
we can't.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah, we got some live videos coming out. I don't know what's going on with this YouTube app. Maybe one of y'all can drop a comment in the comment section to let us know how we can arrange this or why it's set up in this manner. But this live broadcast, see how long it's taking for it to process, and we got videos we got coming out. It's taking a long time to process. You can't click on it. You can't do nothing to it. You can't do nothing to it. It just, it's inactive. So we had to move right along. Move right along. We ain't gonna worry about that inactive ass link. What we are gonna do is share. Share, share, share. Oh, this thing say only 2 people watching right now. Let's get it in. Go ahead, comment, drop your comments in. Subscribe. Drop in the comments. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. What kind of nasty shit is this they got on Facebook? Hold on. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Oh yeah, it's going down. And what's going on here?
And what's going on here?
And we traveling through the
And what's going on here?
we start traveling through the galaxy. That's why them people be putting all them reels on when they half naked and stuff, so they can get a lot of views. Bless their heart. She trying to get her views up. She wants somebody to look at her. Bless her heart. Trying to get looked at it. Y'all go over there to Facebook and look at them. Everybody won't be looked at. And all the people who want to be
Told me like God, I'm
looking.
this beat, take it straight to the top.
Y'all can read up on Facebook. I don't fuck with Facebook like that. My Facebook ain't none of my personal business no more. Facts. Discuss some topics. Take care of it. Over here, we're going to be giving away free gifts. Free gifts. Free gifts to our subscribers. Free gifts to our subscribers. This is just the beginning. This channel, we ain't doing no poverty-stricken crap where we don't understand that we got to give back to the people that help us to come up. We got to give back to them. And any type of business that you have, the people who patronize your business is why they had those Patreon payment systems.
Told me like God, I'm this beat, take it straight to the top.
So that there can be an exchange. And an exchange is a two-way thing. So when you come down and make an exchanges, I'm gonna get one of my speakers. I'm gonna put it in my car and bring it over here. So you can tell me what Oh, my bad, y'all. I know I, my bad, y'all. I know I created a issue when I did that. My bad.
T1 is not a lien.
All right, here we go, here we go. We subscribing, we subscribing, we subscribing. We on the move, we subscribing. Let's see about this one. My time. All right, we already subscribed to 9 times. Subscribing, subscribing. All right. Let's see if we subscribe to Ebony Wall. Thank you for your comments. Hold on now. My bad. Wow. Okay, YouTube. I'm saying my bad, but it's really y'all bad. Because y'all got this thing so little. You touch that, you touch 60. All right. All right. We subscribing, we subscribing. Hey, Roots to Sovereign. We subscribe. Thank you for your comments. We subscribe. Subscribing. Nashville got 16 comments. Go Nashville. Hey, go Nashville. Go Nashville. Y'all go on over to Nashville. Nash for Nashville. Nash for Nashville. All right. And subscribe. Thank you for your comments. Out from Nashville in the house. All right. Super light GBs. Super LGBs. All right. Thanks for your comments. We subscribe. All right. Who is this? Jeffrey Kemper. Thanks for your comments. We subscribe. Oh, yeah. It's going down. Live subscribe. You ain't never seen no shit like this before. It's going down. All right. Offer and acceptance.
Good evening, friend.
Let my friend Chris talk to y'all a little bit about offer and acceptance.
Before I get started tonight, I'd like to say a little bit about the English language. The English language is really critical when you communicate with individuals, or whatever you prefer to call them. Like I'm saying, it's crazy. There's individuals, there's people, there's persons, there's sentient beings, and all these. The reason there's all these different names or words and definitions is because they all mean different things. A lot of times you think they're the same, but they're really not. One thing that I've learned in the last 10 or 15 years is that when you think you know what a word means, you better go look it up, because 9 times out of 10, I'm wrong. So I spend a lot of time in the English language, learning what words mean, where they came from, how they developed over time. I had a lot of time to do that, locked up for 3 years. While I was in jail, county jail in Nashville, I read, took me about 4.5 months, but I read a recent Webster's Dictionary from cover to cover. Most of y'all would probably be like, dang, boy, that was crazy. Why would anybody do that, you know? It'll drive you nuts, it really will, because it's not like a continuous flow, like when you're reading a fiction or even a nonfiction for that matter. And then when I got locked up in the state custody, I was in a transitional prison where I read another dictionary. I was in confinement, locked down for 23 hours out of the day for 7.5 months. And they said, well, you're only allowed to have 1 or 2 books.
I want to stop the video for just a second to express that you really have to have some discipline when you want to really excel yourself and invest in your own knowledge and wisdom and understanding. You have to have your discipline to do that. And that's what this channel is here to help people with, understanding the disciplines that are needed to be wealthy. It takes some discipline for me to go through each comment that read them and take care in what they're actually saying to know if they're the type of person that I wanted to subscribe to their channel. Chill out, cat. Chill out. Chill out. Sit down somewhere. I said sit down. Y'all don't antagonize him. Yeah, that's my sister dog. This the coldest one, y'all. Notice I said that's my sister dog, but his name is Cat. Okay, now y'all marinate on that a little while. It's actually Catalyst, but we shorten to give him a nickname. We call him Cat.
And your options are the Bible or a dictionary. Well, I'd read the Bible 3 times, so I really didn't feel like reading it again. And I'd read the dictionary once. So I said, well, I guess I'll get a dictionary, maybe take a little more time. So I talked to my wife on the phone, and I said, send me a collegiate dictionary. And she ordered one, and when it arrived, it was a Noah Webster's 1989 dictionary, or 1889 dictionary, with really, really fine print. It was a photostatic copy of an old one from, back in the day. And at first I was kind of a little upset that, $40 was spent on a book that I was going to have a hard time reading, and it was all old. This is all dusty English, right? And then I started reading it. Then I started to learn that they didn't have legal dictionaries back then, and they didn't have biological dictionaries, and they didn't have medical dictionaries. So it all went into Noah Webster's. So I got to comprehend a lot of words with multiple meanings, and I realized that, like I'd referenced in the last video, there wasn't any automobiles in 1898. So when you get into the section where you would find automobile, it's not there. But I learned that in Latin was real heavily used in that old dictionary, where they don't use it a lot today.
I tell you, when you listen to Chris, he gon' put you up on game. He gonna put you up on game. Tap that like button. Tap that like button. We got 66 comments here. Let's get it. All right, we back at it. Comment mining. We're looking at the comments, see what people's saying. All right, we got a commenter here. We need to check him out right quick. All right. He noted that in the broadcast at 11:42. Let's go to 11:42. See what he's talking about. 11:42. We're going to start by 11:31 so we don't get it out of context.
I want you to have them.
All right.
Okay. What you're doing is you're basically debating why this offer is being made and why should I accept it. And the other one is, here's these scissors. They're yours. And then I lay them down by you. Lay them down on the ground or in front of you, and then walk away. If you don't say, hey man, I don't want these things, then they're yours. The last one is, in the fourth one, is the one that I like. Here's this offer. Here's these scissors. They're yours. Okay, man, I'll take them scissors. But every time they become dull, you have to come over to my house and sharpen them for me. Okay, man, I'll agree to that. Take the scissors. And that's called a conditional acceptance. Okay? And I'm going to get into conditional acceptance in future videos. And it's crazy what you can do with them. A conditional acceptance. Say the cop gives you a ticket. He's making you an offer. He's making you an offer. And in contract, you have 3 days. You got 72 hours to.
Okay, now this commenter, we ain't got no problems with him debating the content. So what we're gonna do? Joe Nanya, John Jonanya, we're gonna go ahead and see. He left 14 comments. Now, some people would have considered him as a troller. Look, he left 14 comments. 14 comments. He not trolling. He really trying to get understanding. That's what that tells me. He really want to understand what's going on. All right. And so he asked him, he said, how did they approve that? Let's watch his channel and see what he got going on over there. He teaching something about.
So how do we redeem ourselves? What does it take? You know, what do you do when you look back and you just look, you have a life, 48, 38, 28, wherever you are, 68. How do you look back on a life full of mistakes? And if you feel like a winner, adjust it. But you got to be honest. For it to work, whatever you need to redeem, whatever mistakes that you make, it's like a heavy bag of shit. Right? And the goal, right, is to take that shit and convert it into something, to gold. You have to take that bag of shit to convert it to gold. Otherwise, like when you die and you have like just bags of shit, you think God wants to take you and your bags of shit? Not at all. You just fucking collected bags of shit. You didn't even look at, did you notice the bags? And like you'll be like, shit, I thought when I died, that'd be it. I had no idea I'd be sitting here in front of you. So what did you do? You didn't notice the bags of shit. Well, I thought I apologized for them, right? And we all know that average person's average freaking common apology, if it's existent at all, it's just words. And anyway, we know how that goes. But so that's what we need to fix. We need to really take a look at these bags of shit. So like in my situation here, I'm just like, tonight I was like looking at my life and I'm like, so here I am living off grandpa's money, which is, you know, went from I started off with like 175K and now I'm down to 10, right? Which shows I've just been collecting bags of shit, figuratively and literally almost. And, you know, and I'm stressed out and, you know, I don't have a family and, you know, I just feel inadequate and unfulfilled, old, you know, and then just a life of mistakes and just bags of shit. And that can be very daunting and depressing. And, you know, everyone has some version of a life of bags of shit, right? And so, like, how do we redeem ourselves? We gotta take these bags of shit and convert them to gold. And you have to be honest about it. You can't ignore the bags of shit and kind of imagine smaller bags of just garbage or something.
Wow. Now he said something right there. Y'all hit that like button. Go over to his channel. Who is this? Let's go over to his channel and hit the like button. It say he don't got no like. That's why I try to tell y'all. Y'all can't go by these numbers, these false numbers YouTube be giving. Because now y'all seen I clearly clicked the like button live. I clicked the like button live, but they still got it that the man don't have but one like. And I'm sure I'm watching it now, and he had one view already, and so he got 2 views. We know for sure. And he finna have a comment, because we gonna leave him a comment. Thanks for sharing. personal views. We tuned in and watched a little bit. And we subscribed. Boom. Shaka laka laka laka. Okay. We like to subscribe. Yeah. No, we like. All right. Let's see what's going on here. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead back up out of his channel. We appreciate it. All right. We got some views now. Property taxes and redeeming our lives. Oh, look at you, no kidneys. All right, we back at it. We on the subscribe share. We on the
To
subscribe share.
take back whatever you got. If you buy a washing machine, you got 72 hours to take that back, and everything's hunky-dory. And you get your money back and all that. But with offer and acceptance, you're making me an offer, cop. I'll conditionally accept that offer. And with a conditional acceptance, the conditions that you make in the contract can just be so hard for them to meet that they're going to agree. And I'll get into that in more detail in a later video. I might even make it tonight. I don't know. But in a conditional acceptance, this is the front page
Oh, shuck it now.
of a conditional acceptance.
I don't know about that.
Okay, what one looks like. This is
You got no subscribers. You might not
the one that I use. It's a template
Lottie. Thank you for your comments, baby. We subscribe.
that you can use. You can modify it and everything like that. But so the next thing I want to talk about is the postal rule.
Subscribe live.
In the conditional acceptance, I'm reading this from a conditional acceptance. It says, "Be it known, the conditional acceptance to your offer establishes a common law contract between us under the postal rule, which states."
Billy Doll. Thanks for your comment.
And here's the quote of what the postal rule is. You can Google postal rule, and this is what you're going to find. It says, "The postal rule, also known as the mailbox rule or deposited acceptance rule, is a term of common law contract, which determines the timing of acceptance of an offerer when mail is contemplated as the medium of acceptance. The general principle is that a contract is formed when acceptance is actually communicated to the offerer. The mailbox rule is an exception to the general principle. The mailbox rule provides that the contract is formed when a properly prepaid and properly addressed letter of acceptance is posted. One rationale given for the rule is that the offerer nominates the post office as applied agent and thus the receipt of acceptance by the post office is regarded as that of the offeree. The main effect of the mailbox rule is that the risk of acceptance being delivered late or lost in the post is placed upon the offerer. If the offerer is reluctant to accepting this risk, he can always require actual receipt before being legally bound.
Subscribe.
That's the postal rule.
Chris gonna put you on note, baby. Just subscribe. Hang tight. We got real information over here. This ain't no, you bored with your time. You come in and you just sit around and talk negative about somebody. I see a lot of people do that. They just sit around and complain and talk smack about somebody. And everybody share in that. What I call a stoning. It's a modern day stoning, where all they do is sit up there and they get a person that they can all agree upon, that they all willing to bash them. And then once they get a person they can bash, they go to bashing and stuff. Because for one thing, if you talking smack to somebody or talking smack about them in your broadcast, and you don't give them an opportunity to represent themselves or to defend themselves, that's a bit cowardly to me. It's a little bit cowardly. Now, say for example, if I go on here online and I find some content that I don't agree with, and I decide I want to... Hold on 1 second.
Excuse me, Mom.
What's up?
Now I'm finna have to stay with you. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. I need to get my truck out the back.
Okay.
When I pull back up, in like 10 minutes.
All right.
All right.
So, when people creating content and all they're doing is just bashing somebody, they're not giving the person an opportunity to defend themselves. And this is why they don't like it when people take people's channels and they go and they make whole broadcasts about somebody else's channel playing in the background. That person can't defend themselves or nothing. And y'all obviously y'all doing that because y'all don't want them to defend themselves. That's a little bit, not a little bit, but a lot of bit narcissistic, because you're not even allowing the person the opportunity to speak, to defend themselves. And y'all wonder why when the police do you like that and string your ass up, give you a ticket, don't even allow you to defend yourself and say, well, I did this because of this, or I didn't have my registration and sticker and stuff because they done passed a law where I have to have an inspection and I couldn't pass inspection and that cost a lot of money, or whatever your reason was. You may have had a legitimate reason for not having your proper paperwork, but they just issue you a ticket and disregard that. That's basically what you're doing when you have broadcasts demeaning somebody who can't defend themselves, because they don't even know you talking about them. And that's utterly ridiculous to me. I don't stay on them kind of broadcasts too long because it don't make no sense. Now, I may stay and try to redirect.
Good evening, comrades.
I may try to stay and redirect things to try to say, well, can we talk about something else? But if y'all insisting on putting somebody else down, I'm out this bit, I don't got time for that kind of shit. I don't got time. I know, I'm sure, and I know it's a lot of YouTubers. They got plenty of time for that kind of stuff, but I don't have time for that. I got shit to do. If y'all want to have a live broadcast about making some money, y'all want to get involved with what we doing with making some money, then you come right on over. You ain't got to stop patronizing the bullshit channels, but I guarantee you once you get a taste of this good food over here we cooking, got some good old Creole food, good, they put love, Creole people, we put love in our cooking it is. And so when you getting this good information like this in here what Chris got on his channel, uh, then we gonna stay on your channel. We don't need to, why do we need to create content when it's thousands of people with channels out there? And so what we doing, we broadcasting similar to a cable station. We gonna let you know what your options is online. You don't have to go to these channels with this foolishness going on and all they doing is broadcasting, you know, foolishness all day long. And they about foolishness and all the people coming in there, they about foolishness and they just got a whole reel of shenanigans going on. And you go in there, some people chat and they act like they just find that bitch up. All kind of gifts and this and that and this and that, gifts back and forth, gifts back and forth, gifts back and forth, and stuff like that. And some of it is real. People do give and stuff, but a lot of times these people have networks of people that are, and all they doing is sending money back and forth to each other. And then you get caught up in it and say, "Ooh, I want to be a part of this. I want them to give me a shout out. So I'm going to send them a gift. And then maybe they'll give me a shout out during the broadcast. And so y'all making some exchanges there where when you do give a little gift or whatever, the person, the moderators or whatever, give you a shout out, and that may help you to get some subscribers. They may even petition their viewers to go ahead and subscribe to your channel. That's nice. I've seen some people do that. But I've also seen people get all these gifts and people turning up in their chat and so forth, and they didn't shout nobody out. They just said thank you for the money and kept it going. And that was okay too. Perhaps it's just not how they run their channel. Okay. And they don't focus maybe on the gifts and stuff, and they appreciate and they keep moving, just producing their content. And so they don't have to, show any extra love besides the appreciation to say thank you. But it would be nice to do, because people don't have to pay for your content. And if you have subscribers that pay for their subscription to your content, certainly those people they've already paid for the content. And so I know a lot of people with, large subscriber base may say thank you for subscribing and so forth. And then there's some people that go beyond that as they're making money, they give their subscribers gifts and, send them, different free gifts once they reach certain levels and goals. They give back. And so that's what we've incorporated that into how we're going to be running this broadcast. So y'all stay tuned in, be tuned in, get tuned in, whatever you need to do, because we definitely going to be breaking bread over here in this channel.
Good evening, comrades. Welcome. I thought about doing this video at a later day, but then I got to thinking, no better time than the present.
We gonna say that I think we did